Alright folks, today we are fairly deep into the storyline here, but we're going to do some side quests first. I didn't do any off-screen grinding because I decided screw that, I didn't feel like it. So, yeah, let me get my controller not right next to the microphone because I'm sure nobody needs to hear that. That's not good for anybody. And give me just a second here. I want to check how it, okay, so my controller is doing some weird shit right now. Should we try turning DS4 Windows off here? There we go. I forget a lot whether or not I'm supposed to be using that with this. Okay, so we're in pretty good shape with this. Not perfect or anything, but decent. So, duly noted. Let's get our cursor out of the window. Because that just looks unprofessional. I mean, I guess we could read the message board in a bit if we want to. Thanks, Lears. Alright, so this is where we have to... Did we do everything so far? Yes, okay. Except for the 5 new ones. I'm going to just do these from the bottom up here. Alright, so let's go find out about this. I don't remember what this is, and... I've got a feeling that knowing a game like this, it's going to be something that we actually really like using. And the rewards are not going to offset what we want here. Leaf P, that might be an issue. City Area 3... And Magnet Storm F. I think we have at least one of these. Also, I'm pretty sure that if we had both of these already, we would just skip through basically the entire thing. But we have the Magnet Storm. It's our only one. We're not going to have the Blinder, unfortunately. Yeah, sadly, no such luck there. And why am I going in over here? This doesn't lead anywhere useful. Or anywhere at all, for that matter. It's just a dead-end area, like most of the random objects that you can jack into in the overworld. I'd say you'd think I'd know that, but it's been admittedly, well, a week since I've played this, really. Get out of my way, so I'm not trying to plug the USB jack of this thing. Yeah, especially don't do that on Twitch. You'll get banned very immediately. Well, okay, maybe not as immediately as if you play copyrighted music, but that's a whole other... That's a whole story that is a story. I think this should be good enough for us. Just quick 1, 2. Well, in that case, you are really dead. Oh, buddy, are you absolutely going to get demolished in that case? Actually, saying that, I'm having this weird moment of like, have there been cases of people doing that on Twitch where they've been, you know, pleasuring themselves live, other than Darkside Phil? Which, you know, we already know about Darkside Phil. We like to think about Darkside Phil as little as possible, but unfortunately, sometimes it is unavoidable. Because some people just will not stop bringing up that he was... Well, what he claimed to be was scratching his leg, and that is definitely not correct. because I'm full. Thank you. That's good. In a really stupid way, but, like, I laughed, so... You know, it's good, therefore. It's good! I don't quite have a... I don't have an NBA Jam voice, unfortunately, to... Ah, good old NBA Jam. What a video game. It involves NBA and jamming. Oh. Well, that was just unfortunate. Come on, game. You're being a little bit mean now. Somebody's acting awfully aluminum. Wait. I feel like I made a reference to that very, very recently. And it was... for some reason. I just have that phrase now stuck in my brain. I forget which episode of Futurama that's from. Is that from the one with the opposite universe and it was the two benders, maybe? I mean, that one's good in general, but... You don't remember either? Well, damn. Alright, so this is the guy that I was looking for who doesn't have it. Undersquares of the foreign net. Ooh, buddy, that's a ways away, physically. I'd have to... I'm trying to think of what's a good, fast way to get there. And unfortunately, I don't get my S rank for this fight, so we just get a reward we already have a bunch of. Darn. Darn. Dang. My hand kind of sucks here, so let's just use this as a dump turn. That is not the result I was hoping for! Yeah, that's definitely not going to go fast enough for us to get what we want there, sadly, but... it's not for not trying, I suppose? I guess? Anyway, I should probably just switch over to anywhere that will get me to where I need to go faster, but... Thank you, Scruffy. Alright, so we're gonna do this. We're going to go all the way overseas to get this thing done. If this was any other game series, this would be completely ridiculous. In fact, even saying that in this game series is a little bit ridiculous anyway. So let's try and get into the abandoned house in the back of the town again. And see if anybody shut that computer off. Back of this warehouse. So... we're going to keep... we're going to do a quick check around here to make sure we didn't miss anything. It's hidden, and shockingly enough, no, nothing is hidden in this maze of boxes that apparently are full of drugs. Or anything else giving off a suspicious odor, which, you know, that could be a lot of things. Also, I forgot to turn my... my little security protocol on immediately, and as a result, we're getting into a fight that we probably don't need to. dodge the fuckos and their things that can break us out of invincibility. Because that's not great. I'm not 100% sure why those things can knock us out of being invisible, but they can. That's kind of mean. Also, yeah, let me remember to get on an antivirus here and start digging through these for good rewards. 12k, that's pretty good. That is a nice set of change that we just got for ourselves. Hey, get out of here. Oh, nice. Wow, that's a good reward. I am kind of amazed by that, just in general. Yes. Yes, please. We only have these in I code in here, so whatever. We'll start upgrading here. We'll upgrade our gray matter or something. Oh, Deltron 3000, you exist. Actually, I'm like, I don't know how to end this fight quickly, so we'll just do this. Yeah, see, because there's the thing. That big sword is going to do 200 damage to each of these guys because they're weak to poison. So we'll just let them run into the sand traps and die. I'm now at a point where I'm looking at my resources that I have available to me and just being like, okay, can I insta-kill this? Can I get an S rank? And also, I do want to look at something real quick. I want to check what the deal is with that Dark Fang real quick. Well, Dark Spark is not really, I should probably just go ID and go to the bottom here, right? P code. Okay, so here's the thing that I don't know if I've ever explained before. So we've seen a couple of the program advances before. I'm trying to hash out what the hell. For 6 of the dark chips, there is a program advance that replicates an attack from an old boss, an old final boss from one of the original Battle Network games. And I know that Dark Fang is one of them, so I'm looking at that like, what can I do for that? I don't know what would work for that. I could probably just look it up. Yes, in the middle of the stream, I would do that. I would be like, hey, yeah, we're gonna take 20 seconds here and look something up. By 20 seconds, I probably mean like 6 minutes, because I'm not exactly a fast individual when it comes to anything. That reward was garbage, by the way. As I'm sure that anybody who has paid way too much attention to this will know by the fact that we have a bunch of those that I have still never bothered to use. Right, what's the deal with you? Power, black napalm. I like the little question mark on that thing's head. Poison net, do we have that yet? Whatever. I'll buy the earth power, because that is a one-off. We otherwise can basically only get those from chip traders, I think. Okay, we have a... nothing of real use to tell us. Is this the area where I can fight Marasa? Because I want to be saved for that, because otherwise... I know what's going to happen. She'll pop out of nowhere and... Oh, I'm dropping frames! Oh my god, am I dropping frames. Which is unfortunate, because I had completely fine internet on on Saturday. Oh, that's a thing I'll check out. Yeah, it's not great. It is very, what can we say about this except unfortunate? Vunfortunate, even. First turn of battle. 8. Ooh, how are we gonna be able to put in here? Well, we can start off by taking that and that out, because we wouldn't need those. Here we go. Alright, so... yeah, it looks like the frame drops have lessened at least. Probably not fully cured, and goodness knows it'll probably come back, but it seems to be less. Oh, is it getting worse again? I'm not surprised by that, unfortunately, but yes. So, yeah, that thing we just got is pretty ridiculous, as you can see from this. Hey! Oh, nice. That's a pretty good thing to grab. We'll be using that eventually, I swear. Oh. Supposed to be like, is it gonna give me the other one too? No, 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 no. Dang! And then we get a group like this, which is not amazing. Druidman can do his job, and... do this. Oh, that only lasts for a turn. Okay, so... I guess somebody was onto the fact that you could cheese ball with that and just be like, hey, yeah, let me cycle through 12 a turn, but they instead decided to be a little smart about it. And yeah, my frame drops are just disgusting. Honestly, if it gets much worse, I may just cut stream because, like, wow, this is next level. I don't know what the hell is happening to my internet connection that is being this bad. And, like, I really don't have anything else running that would be, like, interfering on that end. I don't know what the problem is, so... this may end up being, you know, postponed a little bit until, like, another time. I'm not on wired, and I have never been, because every time I say I need a cable, nobody's willing to let me do that. Like, I know that I live on the second floor of a house, but come on, it's not that big of a deal. Oh, it definitely is an issue, but it's not been this bad for a long time, and that's a thing that we shouldn't be getting at this point. Amazing. Yeah, and as far as I know, nobody else is, like, using their computer at all right now. Oh, we own this home. It's... So it's not that, but, yeah. Oh, I already beat that guy. That's... I thought that was someone else. Welp. I pretty much did say to them at some point, just tape it. Because I'm absolutely sure that they're not going to want to do any of the more intensive drywall type of stuff. And hell, I even said, I'll put it up. I'll do the whole thing. And I've still never gotten anywhere with that. Load of horse shit, really. Well, yeah, I know that, but also, like, we're not talking about smart people here, basically. I'm probably going to end up suggesting it again at some point in the near future. Probably not, like, tonight or anything, though, because one of our dogs is being put down in the next couple of days because of being really not, Yeah, it's not a great time, and yeah. Yeah, so if I'm even more low energy than usual, that's part of why. And of course, this shit has to be happening at the same time, right? So it's just like, oh, hey, this is the thing I try to do mostly for fun, and, like, oddly, there is a de-stress element to streaming occasionally. And now here's my internet just being like, haha, you thought. And, yeah. Everything is a mess today. I know, right? I'm not saying it's a smart thing to be, like, doing as sort of a de-stress, but it works sometimes. How about that? That's nice. That's a thing we can't get yet. And that's a thing I think we already had. One of the good old MS Paint graphics chips. Excuse me. Now we're gonna do that to erase that dragon faster. Meanwhile, that's something more reliable. I mean, we shouldn't really have to worry about these chuckleheads going up and down or anything, but just in case. I'm gonna be honest, I don't 100% know why they would have an issue with that, other than the fact that it's like, oh, well, it's a shared thing, and they pay for it, which, honestly, there's very little that happens. You know, I could probably get them to just put it right outside my room, and that would be pretty close. Unless it has to be next to a socket in the wall, which I'd have to look at what that thing is plugged into again, because I haven't looked at it in the last, like, long enough to not remember those things. I did the wrong inputs there. I'm a little, I'm feeling like an idiot here. It is fiber. I think? Having this moment of like, well, now you've made me forget. I'm pretty sure. Fiber has an ONT. Okay. I'd probably recognize what this is if I saw it, but the term is failing me at the moment. So go on. Alrighty. That, I think, is the thing that is all the way downstairs. All the way downstairs here, referring to it's in the basement. Right. It's... Okay, so I will investigate this shortly, just to be sure of things here. Also, wow, I got a counter on that. That somehow counts. How about we... this? I suppose? That's going to work. Alright, so if I'm on fiber, I would not be able to move the unit upstairs, basically, is the main thing you're telling me here, right? That's kind of a thing that sucks. Hang on a second, and I will drop the other stuff in the chat here once I figure out what the hell I'm doing with this fight. I think this will get the job done for us. Open up. Sit here for a second. You can stare at this not even hitting the results screen. So I'm in Illinois, as I mentioned before. I'm pretty sure my ISP is... mostly offers a fiber, and that was an MS Paint graphic. Thank you very much, MS Paint graphics. Those definitely exist. Or a buster ramp. That's a thing that we have to worry about for, well, it does, it's useful, but more gonna be a thing that, they're all fiber. So I'm basically fucked and would have to get a cable up here in some way or another. Well, that's a bit of a pain. But I can see... Need a technician to do that. Well, that's going to be a bit outside of our wheelhouse, but that's a thing that I... as far as getting a cable up here, if I can just complain enough, how fucking hard would it be to get a table... A table... Table. I don't know offhand. That I do not know offhand. And I just walked straight down to, I walked straight into this enemy here. That's very silly of me. The router itself is down on the ground floor. Over by the kitchen, because apparently the whole design of this place is a fucking joke. I think I have mentioned that to you before, and you were like, why would they do that? And the answer to that is, that's a good question. It at least doesn't seem to die when the microphone goes on, or when the microwave goes on. But it is indeed not a smart setup. But I guess it's because it's a place that's accessible to every... Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what to tell you about that either, so... Yeah, basically, it would... Or it would at least do a decent amount of good, anyway. And very little is going to be perfect here, but we may as well at least take what we can get. That, I'd say, is reasonable, but on the other hand... That was a really easy fight. Interrupts entirely from the game to talk about how do I fix these tech issues that are just kind of a by design thing at this point, almost. Pick this up. Yeah, I'll have a talk with him about that and see what the deal is. And, you know, something like that. Oh, I'm pretty sure Retro, in this case, we're the ones who are Gutsman's ass. Let's be real. Yeah, as I said, I'll see what I can do about that, and you know, if they're like, oh well, no, then I will just have to be like, well, what is your opposition to this, and what can I do about it? Lears, I will never do that. Actually, I might, but, you know. I absolutely would just be a little bit like, well, let's see if we can get you involved with this still. Well, I mean, yeah, it's kind of... Yeah. Alright, so all this stuff, that's basically one we saw already, and yeah, nothing huge interest in this shop, but I didn't know about that before. So that was a lengthy little run around there that took us like 40 minutes to finish a side quest, although also there was the whole thing where we were trying to hash out if there was something easy that I could do about my internet connection. And let's see. Yeah, so there's a couple more places that we can get warps to, one of them being the other undersquare, which we'll do at some point. Cut the fiber optic, move the ONT upstairs to your room on the wall usually. Run new fiber to the place of the ONT. Outside of the house, downstairs. Ah, okay. So that... Well, that explains at least some degree of shit here, I guess. My room is on, like, the other side of the house from this router, I think, so that would probably be a hell of a lot of wire. Well, relatively speaking. I forgot where I was going to check for boards. Okay. Yes, there was a... Okay, yeah. Oh, fuck's sakes, my internet connection is down. Alright, I'm gonna cut here because my whole internet connection dropped. So, yeah, next time. I forgot to stop recording.